Hey guys, what's up? This is Eric the Cosmic Wizard and welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus reading. And hey. Alright, sorry, I had the microphone in the wrong setting. So, this is a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Alright, Capricorn. So, I have to say something about you all. You guys are turning these videos out. I am seeing a lot of growth with you all. All right. And I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for liking and watching and subscribing to my channel. If you would like a personal reading, please look in the description box and you will find my Google Calendar. You can book a reading there. I'm doing 25 for 30 minutes, 50 for an hour. Okay? That's really fair. And I'm really good. And if you like this reading, leave a comment, please. All right, now let's get into it, shit, Capricorn. What's going on? It's after a minute. I can curse. Oh. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So, yeah, bad investment, bad return on investment, worried about an investment that you made with either a person or a thing. Maybe you just bought a car and you are concerned that you won't be able to afford it, or maybe a house, or maybe you just made a big ticket purchase. I'll just say a big ticket purchase. And ooh, Page of Cups. Sorry, never mind. It's about love. It could be about, material things too. But it seems like you're going 0 for 2 right now. The Page of Cups in reverse. Why did you not come towards this connection here? There was someone here who offered you some love. But maybe the love wasn't any good. Or maybe you were rejected in love. Oh, yeah. This person down bad. I don't know if it's somebody here who loves you, but I don't know if you love them back. I feel like you think they're broke, or maybe they think you're broke. Somebody's worried about somebody's legacy or their background. Like, you could be wanting to reach out to somebody, but let's say they are, that was a shitty ass. Let's say that they come from a family that's maybe not as opulent or affluent as yours. Opulent. That doesn't mean shit. People who are very, flashy don't tend to not have any money for real. Like, I'm always appreciated, and this is kind of how I am. Like, I live below my means. You know what I mean? I live below what I could possibly afford. Not to the point to where because I feel like there's something wrong. Like, I don't want to take resources away from people who actually do need them more than me. Like housing for income cap houses or apartments or anything where you can't make a certain amount to live here because it's reserved for people who are really in need. I don't know if your cities have that, but here in where I am, they sometimes you can't live in certain places if you make too much money, and it's to make sure that people who actually don't make a lot of money or have a lot of income can live in these places. And I think that's really nice. You know what I mean? I think that's really good, and then there needs to be more of that, because people shouldn't be trying to make things harder for other people. And I feel like this person, either you or them, I'm not quite sure yet, we're going to figure this out. There was somebody here could have been afraid that you would be embarrassed to see where they come from, or you may be not proud of where you come from. The King of Wands in reverse, or upright, I'm sorry. So yeah, I feel like you were definitely in this boss energy. Like, the King of Wands here is very much a very well measured, calculated, not so much like the King of Pentacles, but in a way of just having good discernment. The salamander here is like an animal that represents psychic abilities for some reason. I think that's what that means. This is somebody who has status. This is somebody who is, you know, really good looking right now. And I feel like you are owning your shit. You are in control of your destiny. You're taking ownership of what you want in life, Capricorn. And I don't feel like you have time to really play these games with people. And you know what? Maybe you came off a little too strong. I feel like you could have came off a little too strong when it came to this person. The sun in reverse. Yeah, because there's like this unhappiness about you. Like you could be feeling like there is something that's missing, or there's like this, it's like you're working really hard, but you're not really enjoying life. That's gonna bother me. That's gonna bother me. I hate when they start flying away. I'm such a perfectionist. I know, I can't help it. I just choose not to. You could be really involved, or you could be really evolved. There's something here. You're grinding so hard that I think you're stressing yourself out a little bit. Like you need to make sure you take care of your health. You need to go make sure you go to the doctor and keep up with your checkups and make sure that everything working right. You know, some of you all could be having some problems down there with your. So go get that checked out. But 80% of you all are women, so I'm sure it's probably the person you're dealing with could be having some ED. Or maybe, you know, listen, dicks are tricky. As an owner of a penis, let me tell you something. They have a mind of their own. They really do. They really do. And sometimes it's a very powerful mind. And it just like... It likes things the brain don't think it should like, and then the things that the brain thinks it should like, it don't like, and then sometimes it confuses itself. You like, I can't be saying all that, but like, you know, it's a tricky thing, and so sometimes when dudes, you know, we get whiskey. You ever heard whiskey dick? I guess you ever heard of whiskey dick? It's so basically like you get a little drunk and then like you can't get your dick hard. So like some people get really angry. Okay, we're not gonna tell that story. This is not a tea channel. Okay, let me keep going. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, here. So there is You know, Capricorn, I have to admit, I be doing y'all dirty. I really do. My moon's in Capricorn. There's a lot of Capricorns in my family. And, like, y'all act so differently the same. Like, it's so crazy. Like, y'all literally are so differently the same. Like, individually, like, your personality, like, your interests are all different. But, like, the way that y'all fucking act is just all... Like, oh, y'all act like you guys are just so... Capricorn, I'm finna read y'all. You know, you're very goal-oriented. You're very, you know, focused on the material world. You're pretty much love to have nice things, and you work hard for your things, and you don't mind working hard for them. You're a good hard worker. You know how to stretch a dollar. You know how to make shit work. At the end of the day, Capricorn gonna get the motherfucking job done. So like you ain't even gotta worry. But when it comes to like your emotions, and I said my moon's in Capricorn, so I feel this heavy. Y'all don't like having emotions. If it was up to you all, you wouldn't even have emotions. Emotions really don't do anything. Like, in your opinion, y'all hate having emotions, but y'all the most emotional fucking people in the world. That's the catch. That's T. Because y'all are so fucking emotional. And like you always want to like call everybody else like, yeah. No, girl. Deep down, y'all so fucking sensitive. And y'all just don't like being sensitive. And y'all think there's something wrong with being sensitive. But there's not. Sensitivity, I have to always tell people this. Sensitivity is the ability to detect acute changes in one's environment. Fragility is the inability to withstand acute changes in one's environment. Sensitivity and fragility are not the same thing. A lot of people who are so hard and so, man, they get one little hair up their ass, they get one little pushback, they all falling apart and shit. But somebody who's sensitive, they can sense sensitivity. They can sense the changes in other people. So they're able to maneuver and like, oh, okay. And it's so interesting how many people, they mean to say fragile, but they say sensitive because they don't understand or they're not intelligent enough, I'll say it, to see the difference. So let me say it again. Sensitivity is the ability to detect acute, small changes in one's environment. Fragility is the inability to withstand acute, small changes in one's environment. You are very sensitive. So you're not fragile. You can't be sensitive and fragile at the same time. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't have the ability to detect these changes and maneuver around it and then be sensitive and then be see, I almost did it. And then be fragile. You can't do that. Okay? Like so you're not fragile. So lean into being sensitive and own that shit. People would love you so much more, and you're already loved. But if you would just allow people to really get inside your heart space, you would see the world expand in front of your eyes, and it would be like night and day. It would literally be like night and day. It really would. But, you know, you're an earth sign, so you have to be super fucking pragmatic about everything. You have to understand it from the outside in and the inside out before you even test that. You don't... You know the hardest thing about having a Capricorn moon is that, like, my feelings are things that I have to, like, rationalize, which is so crazy because I'm like, why can't I just, like, accept that I feel upset about this situation? Why do I have to, you know, rationalize, or why can I not allow myself to fully let myself experience happiness? Why does this feeling have to always be, you know, checked? The Hierophant here. I feel like you're really questioning structures, stability within hierarchies, the government, systems, work, federal, whatever. There's some type of, you know, is this a good work environment? Is this, do I really believe all the stuff that the church is saying anymore? Am I really into all of this? You're really starting to question some pretty big things. And I don't know if you realize how liberating that is. The Ace of Pentacles. You may... I was going to say you may confuse business with love, or you may want to... I think there was a person here that you were interested in, but the way you approached them, it was a little too... It was lacking emotional depth, And it was all about the optics. It was all about how it just would be a good idea. So it could be like, okay, so let's say you and your partner, right? You're like, hey, I want to move in together. And it's not because I love you. It's not because I love being around you. I want to spend more time with you. It would just be cheaper if we just lived together and we could just, cut down on expenses and all this other stuff. And they could have been like, oh, well, yeah, but like, I don't want to move in or I don't want to live with someone just because it's going to make the bills cheaper. I want you to live with me because you love me and you want to be with me. And you're like, yeah, that too. You know what I mean? So it's like, to them, it could be, and this is just an example, just follow along. To them, moving in is about expanding the relationship and the romantic dynamic. And you're looking at it from a very fiscal and a pragmatic point of view of like, well, we can cut down on groceries and, utilities and rent, and then we could save up and we'd be able to, afford that new house. And we would, you know what I mean? Like, you approach love from a very pragmatic point of view. And sometimes that can, you're not the most romantic, I'll tell you that. But you already knew that. But the King of Wands is full of passion. So you do have passion when you want it. And I think you're starting to understand that, like, you need to come with a little more fire, a little more heat, because you need to go after what you desire and not like just think about why it's good for you. Don't overthink it. Just go for it. Yeah, the 7 of Swords here. But there's still this level of like deceit. There's this level of not, it's like a backdoor, what they call it, like a backdoor Trojan or something, Trojan backdoor, whatever the hell, you know what I mean? There's like this tactic that you're using where it's still, you're like, you're trying to come from a more emotional place, but it's just so you can get what you want in the situation here. You could be I feel like you're very cunning. You're someone who is very, tick for tack. No, not tick. Yeah, tick for tack, quid pro quo. You're going to do stuff that you feel like you can benefit from. And I feel like right now, I don't think that's going to work out for you when it comes to love. Because love isn't about what you can get. It's about what you can give. And if two people are giving all that they have to the other person, then everyone's getting their needs met. You know what I mean? Why am I keep saying, you know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Now I'm saying? Hey, y'all know what I'm saying? Why they always go before they say, now I'm saying? Now I'm saying, like, you have to, like, now I'm saying, like, why do, you ever notice that? People always like, now I'm saying? Okay. I had, like, 2 shots, so I'm feeling a little electric right now. The Sun in reverse. So why do you feel like you're going to be unhappy? The Star in reverse, because you're not going to get what you want. You feel like you're not getting what you want out of this relationship, this connection, this job, this partner, this house. You feel like you are getting the short end of the stick. Ooh, shit. And there's the 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay, Capricorn. I go hard on y'all, and I need to calm it down. I might have some biases when it comes to my earth signs. I don't know why. I'm complete transparency. The earth sign people, I don't know if it's because I have an earth sign moon or I'm a Pisces sun. I just find you guys sometimes to be a little too reserved, like a little too, concerned with everyone else's opinions about you, and like this need to be like not liked, in control. The more you try to be in control of things, the more you send to the universe is like, I don't have control. And the more you live and flow, and the more you let shit go, the easier it is to manifest and bring things into your life. But if you need it to look like this, and need to be shaped in this box, and I want it to have this size, and I want it to be like this, and I don't want it to look like this, I want it to be like this. And it's like, damn, bitch. Who the fuck do you think you are? Why do you need everything to be so goddamn custom made? And I'm not saying just take any ragamuffin off the street. I ain't saying that either. But what I'm saying is, like, people are dynamic, and they're constantly changing and evolving. And you want someone to come prepackaged, already tailored just for you. And that's just not realistic, because you're also dynamic, and you're also growing, and you're also changing. So if you look for something, at least you should be. If you are looking for, like, Page of Wands. Yeah, I don't feel like love is going to be hard for you at this moment, because the way you approach it, it needs to change, because you're approaching love from almost like a game, like a tactician. Like you're trying to be tactile about love. You're trying to like play like 3D chess with lovers, and oh, I'm gonna leave my toothbrush over here, and I'm gonna see if he says something, or I'm not gonna get up and leave. I'm just gonna sit here and then see if he like asks me to leave, or like start making suggestions, or it's like you like do like these little mini tests on people. Like, oh, it took him an average of 2 minutes to reply to my text today, when yesterday it was only 30 seconds. He must be talking to somebody else. He must be doing something else. Or, you always have one foot in a different place. Like you're not committed 100%, but you're trying to come off like you are. You don't always show all of your feelings. You don't always tell everything to your partner. You leave out details. You don't let them know, what's going on for real, for real. You only give them pieces of your heart. You only give them pieces of the, story, of the details. You're not the Six of Wands. So, yeah, you really wanted a victory. You wanted to, come in just hot and ready to fucking just get it done. And I don't think that you took this person's, honestly, Capricorn, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think you took this person's feelings into consideration for real. You only looked at this point of view from you only looked at it from your point of view. I don't know if you need to hear that though, because I feel like you think, yeah, exactly. And you felt rejected because you weren't looking at this person as a whole person. You were looking at them as an extension to what you could use them for. And if it's not you, flip it then, because just fucking flip it. Don't do all that. Ooh, excuse me. I feel like you really the fear of losing prevents you from winning because you never take a risk. Ooh, I like that. So you're going to lose automatically because you don't take a risk. But you're putting in the work to change. So that's good. I think you came in like you were going to fix this relationship. You were going to and I don't think that you really saw this person for who they really were. I think you put in a lot more work than you really needed to. Okay? And I don't know if it's I don't think it's gonna work out. Yeah. Nah. It's not gonna work out. You can't build a man up. You can't build a woman up. You can't, unless you are their financial planner, unless you are I would say a credit lender, but they tend to hurt more than they help, in my opinion. Not in my experience, but in my opinion. I think you're in for a rude awakening if you don't stop this right now. And you know what? Not every reading is going to be light and love and positivity. Sometimes we need to hear that we fucking up. And it's not to judge you. It's not to shame you. It's not to make you feel small or lesser than or like any of that. I'm trying to prevent you all from experiencing these like betrayals and hardships. Because if you are trying to invest and work so hard into building somebody else up, I don't know that that's a good idea. Or if you are, I'll take it this way. Maybe you are putting in a lot of investment into yourself so you can get out of a situation. Maybe you are using your emotions and your skills to help get you out of a situation without feeling attached to something. And this person might be the one that feels betrayed. This person might feel like, damn, I got played. And it's like, no, nigga, you played yourself. I just helped. Yeah, the Six of Swords in reverse. They're moving away. You're moving away. Take it how it resonates, but whoever is the person that's moving away, I feel like this person is emotionally unavailable because they're unhappy. Yeah. Now, what does this person feel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, shit. Wow. This person, okay. So now I can see how this person feels. I could paint a better picture. Okay. I feel like this is the person who they saw you as an opportunity to like take from, is what I'm getting with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Swords. This could be someone who saw you as God. This person could have saw you as a meal ticket. You were someone who was going to let them do whatever the fuck they want. And now they're realizing that like, that's not the case. And this person's basically going to get stuck. They're going to be put out. You could put them out. Ooh, excuse me. This is somebody who, I think they're the one that feels betrayed. And they're going to just be in a position of, oh, what the fuck do I do? This person, I don't think this person had necessarily the best intentions when they came into your life either. They could have pretended like they did. You could have seen this as a victory. Maybe this person's really attractive. Maybe this person felt like they were, maybe you felt like this was somebody who typically wouldn't be interested in you. And so you really put in a lot of energy into this. But you realize that this person was not who they say they are. Like, you weren't... I don't see you being like... I see you being upset about it, but I definitely feel like you're moving forward. Like that you can't win in this situation. That this relationship is over. This relationship is done. There is no love. Like, let me just work on how I'm going to get myself out of this predicament. It's pretty much, I feel, what you're doing in this current energy. And you're just trying to move on with your life. And this person really, this person planned on doing a lot worse. And I think you caught on before they could. So that's good. But I don't think you, I also don't know if you I mean, deep down, you may have also been looking for someone to kind of like fix so you could avoid having to work on yourself. Or this was something that was pure entertainment. This could have been an opportunity for you to kind of like help put you in a better position, and it's just not working out that way either for you. All right, Capricorn, I hope that helps. I want you to know that, don't ever settle for less. Don't put yourself in situations that you shouldn't be in just because it saves you a couple little dollars. Your happiness is worth way more than any amount of money. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, go in the description box, click on that bio, or click on the description, and there is my Google Calendar in there, so you can get on my booking list and we can get you some readings one-on-one. Alrighty, well, that'll be it for today. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.